morning. All right, and I am running late, so I'm going to make this quick because I am trying to get into the office by 10 o'clock. I have a 10 o'clock appointment. Good morning. I am going to be taking a mental health break from social media and just being online in general. I'm actually trying to get off of watching YouTube videos. That's another thing I know I need to take a break from. But I am going to be doing some spiritual work and just taking a break in general again. But I wanted to come on today and talk with the ladies. I just wanted to come on today and talk with the ladies briefly. And the message is simple. The message is clear. Ladies, this is for the ladies this morning. And it is stop buying what everyone is selling. We have to learn how to do that. I found myself guilty of it. You know, people want to tell you what you should be, what you should not be. And I'm not talking about, I got to be very clear about this because, again, critical thinking is at an all-time low, okay? Critical thinking is at an all-time low, so I'm going to be very clear. I'm not sitting here giving you, let me get my mirror. This is not giving you rhetoric for you to do whatever you want and act like a plumb fool. This is not that, okay? This is not that. I'm not giving you permission or saying, yeah, do whatever you want, be whoever you want, and wear whatever you want. No, this is not that talk. This is simply the talk that says, stop letting the negativity that people are trying to sell you, stop buying that. That's what this talk is about, okay? So the talk about you being to this or to that, you needing to, be married, or you needing to lower your standards, or you needing to, look a certain way, or you need to, get this surgery to look better or to attract a certain type of man or whatever, right? That's the stuff we have to stop buying. And we as women, it's like we are consumers by nature. I figured that out. Women are consumers by nature. Like they really get pleasure from consuming and buying. They really do. They love stuff, right? And they love stuff that enhances their look. They love, some women love designer stuff. They love stuff. Okay, I got a text there. I don't know why it keeps coming on to the live when okay. They love stuff. And so I believe that's a huge reason why, women were brought into the workforce. I mean, y'all may not want to hear this, but yeah, women were brought into the workforce and sold a dream, sold a lie. So because y'all like to buy stuff, like y'all like to make money and you like to buy stuff. And men don't get off on that as much. Let me break this down. Women like to consume, they're consumers in terms of like things, and men like to consume women. How about that? Men like to consume women. That's a man's consumption of choice, is women and women's energy and women's beauty and women's bodies. They love that. But they don't really get off on buying stuff. I mean, some men will buy stuff here and there. They have their toys, they have their cars and stuff like that, but not like women. Like men are not, investing in weave and eyelashes and Botox and, all these surgeries. Like men are not investing in that. Men will work out, and they might, I don't know, take better care of their skin or, get haircuts and all that, but they're not, no. It's a $1 trillion industry, women's consumption of stuff. She said, don't you? Not really. I really don't get off on, like, I don't have nails. I don't have any surgeries. I got a little Botox right here because, I have this scowl whenever I'm listening to a client, telling me their story. They assume I'm angry. So I said, let me get a little right here so I can get rid of that scowl and stop making them think I'm angry with them, because I'm not. It's just I'm so intently listening that little scowl will come up. But I do my own hair. I haven't had a massage in God knows when. I haven't bought any new clothes maybe in 2 or 3 months. Like, I don't really get off on consuming like that. I'm more of a minimalist. I'm definitely a minimalist type of person. But yeah, women love consumption. Like, they love things and they get off on it. And we just have to be careful about buying what people are selling, especially if the rhetoric is negative. If it's limiting, that's a huge one. If it's limiting, that's huge. Okay? I'm trying to look at some of y'all's comments. Okay. But we got to stop buying what people are selling, because a lot of us, we will fall into situations, we'll fall into circumstances, we'll fall into relationships that are just not good for us. Perfect example, there are a lot of people out here that they are presenting a facade. They're presenting, it's like Instagram, right? Which is why I need to take a break. Instagram will make you think their life is amazing. It will make you think that they're someone they're not, that they got it going on better than they do. It'll make you think it's like selling you a dream. And a lot of people buy it. And a lot of y'all feel like envious of other people. You feel jealous of other people and their life and what they're doing and where they're going and blah, blah, blah. But that's not real. Like, that's not their real day-to-day life. It's not. It's not their real existence. It's a moment. It's a moment or moments in time or a couple of days out of their life. When we go on a trip, okay, maybe 4 or 5 days. That's 4 or 5 days out of our life that we're on a trip, we're on a beach, and we're, looking a certain way, and, we put our filters on, and it looks all exciting and romantic and all of that. That's 4 or 5 days out of your whole life. And one of the greatest things that Dr. Jordan Peterson ever said, and I never forgot this, and I'm going to keep this, burned in my brain for when I meet my person. He said, we're giving so much emphasis to like anniversaries and birthdays and Valentine's Day and Christmas. He said, but that's not really what your life or your relationship is about. It's about the everyday interactions. It's about your wife being happy to see you come home from work, the hug and the kiss at the door. It's about the pillow talk at night. It's about the dinners with your family. That's your life. That's really your life. These other, celebratory things that people are doing and posting, that's not your, that's a small part of your life. And it has a lot of people fooled. It has people thinking that that's every day of your life. Is not. Last I checked, you're going to have to sit on the toilet like everybody. Last I checked, you're going to wake up and your breath is not going to smell great. Last I checked, you may pass gas. You may burp, Last I checked, you're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel sad or depressed or lonely. Last I checked, you're going to emotionally eat. You're going to have some unhealthy coping mechanisms to deal with said anxiety or depression. So you're not posting all of that. You're not posting that you can't sleep at night. You're not posting that you're up in the middle of the night and what you're doing when you're up. You're not posting that. You're not posting that. So we got to stop, buying what everyone is selling us. And this is especially for women, because women fall prey to this a lot. They believe the facade. They believe the mask. And oh my God, it looks so wonderful. It looks so great. This person is so great. They're not. They're not. They're a person just like you. I've long given up pedestalizing people. And, I try to show them who I am for the most part. And I don't go to a date, with my face completely devoid of any makeup and my hair a mess. I make sure I look presentable, but I try to show up as my authentic self. Right. And that authentic self initially is actually pretty guarded. Like, I don't show up immediately vulnerable, because I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know what you're going to do with this information. Like, I let you earn my story. I let you earn my vulnerability to some degree. I'm vulnerable to a point, but it is definitely not, oh, I'm just going to spill all my guts out on the floor. I'm just not that person. But I let you earn that, and I will give that more and more and more over time, especially if you actually want to know it. If you're actually interested in wanting to know who I am and what my story is. So ladies, I'm going to ask you to do that too. Like, make people earn your vulnerability and make sure that they're worthy of your story. Make sure that they're worthy of, you really showing up. And I'm not saying don't be authentic, right? Be authentic, but you don't have to, spill your guts on the floor first, second, third date, first month, second month. Let them earn that, because people out here today, they have a PhD in deception. They have a PhD in deceiving people. They get off on deceiving people. They really do. They get off on deceiving people. And it's like, oh my gosh, if they put that much effort into doing their own inner work, the world would be a much better place. But instead of doing that, they get off on deceiving you. Okay, so stop buying what everybody is selling you. Stop buying some of the talk about you've hit the wall and you're not going to be able to find what you're looking for. You need to lower your standards. You need to settle. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Start loving yourself. Start integrating your shadow. Do that work. Do that ego work. I'm still doing that ego work, y'all. I got caught completely off guard yesterday or the day before. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before. And yesterday, got all caught up in my ego, and I was truly shocked. I was like, oh my God, I thought for sure I had done this work. But yeah, that ego showed up and it showed out. And now I'm going to, that wound getting triggered, all it's doing is showing me that I have more work to do around it. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to start doing that work. Yeah, that's all it did was say, yep, you still got to work on this right here. That's it. All right. But stop buying what everybody is selling you, ladies. Okay. Everything that glitters isn't gold. There's lots of people out here who are incredibly deceptive. And like I said, they study people. That's what the whole love bombing is about. Like, yeah, if they put that much time and energy into just being a good person, just being a better person, the world would be a better place. But don't fall for everything. It's a whole lot of mess out here. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you. I'm going to take a little step back, but I appreciate you all and your support. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay open to love.